Hello, I'm back, and in this demonstration, I'm going to show you how to make a negative shape painting. What does that mean? Okay, let's get started, and you'll see pretty soon. So I'm going to incorporate some collage material, these book pages that I stamped on. You can also do it without the collage material, but first I'm going to put some of this down. I'm going to glue it down, and then I'll get started with the negative shape painting. And at the end, I'll show you an example where I didn't use any collage material. So I'm just going to stick this down using a glue stick. And I'm adding the collage material just for some added interest when I do my negative shape painting on top. This really is a bit of a warm-up or way to generate ideas. Okay, so I've got my collage material glued down. Now I'll need either some more book pages or some paper torn into different shapes. I go a little bit random here, different shapes, different sizes. I'll start with those three. And then you want to pick some colors you wish to explore. I'm going to go with these fluorescent um, acrylic gouaches by Liquitex. They have kind of a chalky effect. And then what I'm going to do is you'll need a bunch of, I'm going to recommend flat bristle brushes. And then what I'm going to do is start, no water, just brushing across that book page edge. And when I lift it, I've got a negative shape in there. Making quick decisions here. Okay, and when I get about three of those on there, I'll go to my next color. I think the book page looks pretty cool, and I can save that as collage material, maybe for another project, or maybe I'm going to reincorporate it into this one. Then I go on to my next color and next shape. If I want to change the shape a bit, maybe some thinner ones, I can do that. And what will also happen is the shapes and the colors will overlap and interact. I'm going to bring this pink over by putting this over here. So now I'm building a positive shape. Which you'll see in a minute. So I've got a more positive shape there, another negative. And I keep going with this, making quick, intuitive decisions. So I'm getting interesting dynamic shapes and color interaction. Okay, and then on to my next color. And you can really do any shapes you want. They could be circular, but I kind of like doing these quickly. Okay, so now I'm going to go on to my dark blue. And I can also kind of stamp down, like stippling a little bit. Going a little bit lighter. Get a kind of a fuzzier effect. So what I'm going for here, I'm kind of working in the round. I've got my bigger shapes. Now I'm going for some smaller shapes or edges there. I can change this edge by bringing the edge of this paper here and doing some more stamping. Okay, now I'm going to go on to my turquoise for my last color. I'm going to go with a smaller brush here. I like these ragged edges. I like playing with that. I'm going to go for these thinner lines here. And create some vertical movement. Okay, so I think you get the basic idea. This has quite a a dramatic effect. I could keep going with this. I could even layer some of these pieces back in if I wanted to, and then just start painting on it directly. So that's it with the collage material. And here it is. Here's one without the collage material. So just a different look. There's more I could do to this one for sure, but that one's pretty dynamic. I think it's a great way to spontaneously um, explore color palette, potentially integrating collage material using negative shape painting. Okay.